Hey everyone, welcome back to week 3 of the series where I learned how to play the guitar in 30 days. If you haven't watched the first 2 videos, go check that out first. I put the playlist down in the description. This past week, I finally started feeling comfortable with the guitar. I was still messing up a chord here and there, and it was still a struggle to switch between the chords, but I feel it being natural when it sits on me, if that makes any sense. It doesn't feel strange anymore or like I'm doing something foreign when I pick the guitar up to play it. I'm getting used to the position of holding it in my hands, making chords with one hand while strumming it with my other hand. I'm starting to get used to all of that. A big part of that, I think, is also my fingers getting really callous. So the 3 fingers right here are, you can't really tell in the video, but they're really hard right now. This hand is much softer than this hand, which helps a lot because my fingers don't hurt anymore, and it's also easier to push down the chords now. I also got fairly comfortable with switching between the E and A chords, so I decided to go ahead and throw in the D chord as well for this week. And pretty much this whole week was just practicing switching from E to A and then A to D and then D back to A, back to E, just different combinations of those chords. At points, it really gets tedious and kind of boring to do that again and again, but I also notice that it helps me the most when I'm actually trying to play a song, which this week I decided to take up the chords for Three Little Birds by Bob Marley. What I first noticed when I was playing the song was even though I could switch between the E, A, and D chords from my practice individually, when I put it together in a song, it for some reason got a lot harder. It just felt different putting the chords into a rhythm rather than doing them individually. If you really look at it, it's pretty much just the same thing. You're going from either E to A or A to D or different combinations of that. But for some reason, it feels a lot more complex in my head. Halfway through the week, I was still struggling with the chords for the song when one of my friends recommended that I try practicing with my eyes closed, which sounded kind of counterintuitive at first, but the more I did it, I realized it helped my muscle memory a lot more. I think it was partially because I was relying on my eyes whenever I wanted to switch the chords. I'd actually look at each finger movement and then go for the strumming. But with my eyes closed, I just had to trust myself and go for it, which really helped out because when my eyes were open, I could use my eyes to focus on the strumming and not on the actual chords. Another thing I changed up in my practice routine this week was instead of practicing for longer sessions, I was practicing for 5 minutes here and there throughout the day. I think practicing in multiple distinct time periods was much, much better and had a huge impact on my progress because it was giving my brain more experiences. Meaning, if I sit there and play the guitar for an hour, it feels like one huge experience, but I think I learn better with multiple distinct experiences. So I guess that makes practicing throughout the day for a few minutes is my lesson of the week, and I'm going to be doing that a lot more. Next week, which is also going to be the final week of the series, I want to get the Bob Marley song Three Little Birds down completely and maybe add in another song as well. Also, I'm going to be throwing in the G chord, which I don't know how that's going to go because I'm still not completely comfortable with the E, A, and D chords, but I'm still going to give it a shot. Otherwise, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate you, and I'm excited to see you at the series finale next week. Peace.